Professor Dave here. Let's look at conditional clauses.
He knows a lot about all kinds of stuff. Professor Dave explains.
One of the hardest constructions in Italian are the so-called if clauses, also known as conditional clauses or periodo ipotetico. Every time we set forward some conditions in order for something to happen, we are building a periodo ipotetico. Don't worry, let's go through this concept slowly and clearly. Conditional clauses are composed of two clauses. One contains the if and the other describes the consequences. First, let's talk terminology. The subordinate clause, or the one with the if, normally comes first, although it's not mandatory. This clause is called protasis, from ancient Greek words meaning to put forward. It describes the premise or condition that the main clause depends on. This main clause is called apodosis, from words meaning to give back. This is the clause describing the consequences derived from the condition expressed in the subordinate clause. Let's see this put to use in English first. If I am hungry, I eat. I eat is the main clause, preceded by the subordinate clause, which contains the if. This seems very straightforward, and indeed it is. It is quite understandable that one would eat when hungry. However, things get more complicated when we realize that there are different degrees of reality or probability that can be indicated in the if clause. Specifically, there are three conditions. The first type is called realtà, or the factual condition. This is when the hypothesis is either real or presented as real. Realtà uses all tenses of the indicative or imperative, which can be reasonably mixed. Se fa freddo, stiamo a casa. Se farà freddo, starete a casa. Se faceva freddo, stavamo a casa. Se hai mangiato troppo, puoi star male. The second type is called possibilità, or the likely condition. This is when an action can still happen. In English, these clauses use words like should and would. In Italian, such conditions will require imperfect subjunctive for the if clause and present conditional in the main clause. Se tu venissi a casa mia, ascolteremmo la musica. If you came to my house, and you very likely can, we would listen to music. Se lui fosse intelligente, accetterebbe l'offerta di lavoro. If he were a smart person, and he certainly could be acting like one, he would take the job. Se voi vi affrettaste, non perdereste il treno. If you were to hurry, and you still can, you would not miss the train. The third type is perhaps the most important type. This is called irrealtà, or the contrary to fact condition. This differs from the other types in that we already know that the event in the main clause is not going to happen. The condition listed in the if clause is impossible, factually untrue, or just too unrealistic to become true. There are two possibilities for this condition. First, we may be talking about something contrary to a fact in the present. In such a case, we will use imperfect subjunctive in the if clause and conditional present in the main clause. Se io avessi fame, mangerei. If I were hungry, but I am telling you that I am not, I would eat. Se io fossi ricco, comprerei una macchina nuova. If I were rich, but I certainly am not, I would buy a new car. The other possibility arises when the condition described is in the past. In such a case, the sequence switches to pluperfect subjunctive and the conditional of the past. Some mixed situations can occur, like the way a condition in the past can very well result in a present consequence. So let's see some examples. Se tu avessi studiato, avresti passato l'esame. both clauses are in the past. Se tu avessi preso l'aereo, saresti già arrivato. Again, both clauses are in the past. Se tu non avessi traslocato, saresti più felice. This one is mixed because you did indeed move in the past, but this action is affecting your current happiness in the present. That's what we need to know about conditional clauses, so let's check comprehension. Thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe to my channel for more tutorials. Support me on Patreon so I can keep making content. And as always, feel free to email me, ProfessorDaveExplains@gmail.com.